Welcome to the channel, English Epics. I'm not a ladies' man. I never was, and I never will be. Like many introverted, successful bachelors, I had to wait until the major catches were taken. Once the top-tier women are out of the game, quiet nerds with a solid income start to look pretty good to the rest of the women. My name is Bryce, and I married Naomi 23 years ago. It only took 6 months for our first child to arrive, but the rest followed the standard 9-month schedule. My oldest, Denise, is in college. Her brother, Daniel, is a sophomore at a cross-state university. Mickey is the youngest, and this fall, she's heading to a private college. She seems to be much smarter than the other two, since she has a full scholarship. My credit card is very grateful for that. Naomi and I met at a business conference. She was handing out registration materials apparently. I was witty enough for her to track me down at lunch and sit with me. What sets Naomi apart from most women is that she's significantly overweight. She seems indifferent to it and flirts as if she were a skinny little thing. The way she looks has never mattered to me. We fell in love based on shared values and desires. Naomi works, but she earns only half of what I do. She's a mystery. She's very intelligent and attractive, but she refuses to wear makeup or manage her weight. I try not to stick my nose where it doesn't belong, but I saw her health report. It listed her weight as 240. That's not great for someone who's 5'4". I learned early on never to bring up dieting or makeup. We have our arguments, but I wouldn't say they ever affect our sex life for more than a day or two. There's nothing exciting about that sex life. Once or twice a week, we do it in a standard way. I've never wanted to know whether Naomi has sexual fantasies, and she's never shown any interest in mine. I guess I'm old-fashioned in that I consider such things risky. It was my high school daughter, Mickey, who first enlightened me. Dad, you're so dumb. I almost wish the milkman were my real father. Did Mom have lip gloss on when she left for work this morning? How would I know? Does she ever wear makeup? As far as I know, no. So you think she sweats lip gloss and it magically appears on her face? Probably not. Where are you going with this? Do you think she puts it on for you? My stomach tightened. I was waiting for you to notice. Walk by her and see if you can smell perfume. I walked past her, intending to refill my glass, and sure enough, I smelled perfume. I returned to Mickey. Probably not for me, huh? Maybe there's still hope, Dad. This has been going on for a few months. Since when does she wear blouses that highlight her cleavage? I think if you check her credit card receipts, you'll find a lot of new clothes. If it were me, I'd get my finances in order. I kissed Mickey on the forehead and headed to my office. As predicted, Naomi's boutique purchases over the past 3 months had gone from $0 to over $200. I called a guy I play golf with on the weekends. His brother is a divorce lawyer. I've been working like a dog to pay for my kids' education. If I can get them through school without student loans, their chances of achieving their dreams will increase significantly. As it stands, my personal wealth doesn't even cover 6 months of living expenses. If Denise wants to go to graduate school, that alone would be a major hit. Denise, my college graduate, is very serious about Richard Denton, the son of the president of the company I work for. They met at a company picnic and basically grew up together, attending the same high school, then the same college. They've become inseparable. Richard is a year older than Denise and now works as his father's assistant. Denise is a little anxious that the marriage talk isn't progressing as quickly as she'd hoped. Considering how much weddings cost, I need to be prepared for another financial blow. Daniel sees himself as Romeo, and I've never seen him with the same girl twice. Mickey doesn't like boys yet, all the nightmares fathers go through. Dreading the endless parade of hormone-crazed boys, I've been lucky enough to avoid someone up there deserves a thank you. I felt a deep sadness that evening when Mickey pointed out the change in Naomi. You weave what you believe is the path to a happy life. It seems that thread had been pulled loose from the fabric of our marriage. The lawyer convinced me to prepare 3 documents: a separation agreement, a postnuptial agreement, and a petition for divorce. His suggestion was to find the right moment and give Naomi the chance to choose. The purpose of the separation agreement was to freeze our assets at that point, not so much to lock them as to determine the value of each of our holdings. His advice was to immediately transfer whatever we could into individual accounts. I thought about whether I should really go through with it. Maybe things weren't as bad as I imagined. But I didn't have long to ponder. Mickey had gone out somewhere. After dinner, Naomi and I went into the living room to watch TV. Bryce, since we've saved up a little, I'm thinking about getting a few Botox injections and maybe some liposuction. I paused at her words. What was I supposed to think? Was she doing this for me? Hold on a minute. I walked into my office and pulled out the 3 documents. I signed and dated all of them. Here, Naomi, these are for you. After a few puzzled glances, what the hell is this? I think it's pretty obvious. The first document is a separation agreement. The second is a postnuptial agreement, and the third is a petition for divorce. I've already divided the savings account. I'll be back tomorrow at the same time. If you don't sign the separation and postnuptial agreements, I'll file the divorce petition through legal channels. And all this just because I want to spend a little money. You're insane if you think I want a divorce or to separate. What's his name? Who's the guy you're doing all this for? I'm doing this for me and for you. That's complete nonsense. You had 23 years to do it for me 3 months ago. You weren't even doing it for yourself. What's his name? This is ridiculous. There is no other man. Are you romantically involved with a woman? No. Then it's a man. What's his name? There is no other man. Do you remember what you were wearing when we went out for lunch last Sunday? Not at all. Did you put on lip gloss and perfume? No. But every day you come home from work wearing lip gloss and perfume, even though you leave the house without them. Either you tell me his name, or I'll cancel the separation agreement and file for divorce tomorrow. The tears could no longer be held back. Bryce, it's not as bad as you think. I suppose you respect his privacy more than mine. Last chance, Naomi. What's his name? The sad look and the tears didn't move me. I stood up to leave. Jim Stevens, she whispered softly. I'll be back tomorrow. Sign whichever documents you choose. I'm done with you. You lying piece of garbage. Bryce, no, don't say that. I didn't let it go that far, please. Stay, we need to talk about this. I went to the bedroom and packed a suitcase. Naomi sat silently, her face buried in her hands. I didn't even notice when Mickey hugged me and kissed me. I'm proud of you, Dad. If we're not good enough for her, she can live on her own. How could I have missed all the signs? It's actually pretty simple, Dad. In my college prep class, we studied confirmation bias basically. It means you interpret and filter out any information that contradicts your previously held beliefs. You believed Mom would never cheat on you, so you ignored or misread the signs because they didn't fit your assumptions. You're far from the first, and you won't be the last. Politicians use this all the time. They'll spout nonsense until they hit on something that matters deeply to a voter. That voter ignores everything they disagree with. As long as the politician promises something meaningful to them, that's incredible, Mickey. I'll be back around the same time tomorrow, sweetheart. Thanks again. I love you. I love you too, Dad. Maybe I should have turned off my phone. Maybe I should have just left it in messages. Bryce, does this postnuptial agreement apply retroactively? It's not a problem for me, Naomi. Clearly, it's a problem for you. I counted to 3, hung up the phone and turned it off. It wasn't exactly proof, but after that, falling asleep was certainly difficult. Thinking back to her picnics and holiday parties, I couldn't recall ever meeting Jim Stevens. I was out of town during the last gathering a couple of months ago. An online search returned too many results to be helpful. Maybe that's not even his real name. Maybe she just said it to throw up smoke and shut me up. Fortunately, my workday was hectic. I didn't even have time for lunch. When I finally turned my phone back on, I had messages from all 3 kids and a good half dozen from Naomi. Mickey had filled Daniel and Denise in on what was happening with Naomi. All 3 calls from the kids were a much-needed moral boost. I didn't spend much time arguing with myself about what I wanted. What I truly wanted was no longer possible. Clearly, I hadn't been enough for Naomi. How do you mentally recover from that? Does it matter if it was just emotional cheating? Will she choose divorce? Will she risk me discovering why the retroactivity of the postnuptial agreement was a problem? I wasn't sure if I should even listen to Naomi's messages. The first one came in right after I hung up on her last night. Bryce, it's not a problem for me. I was actually reading the agreement when you hung up. Please believe me, signing it is not an issue. I didn't sleep with him. I love you. Please call me 1 hour later. Bryce, please come home. I was foolish, but you stopped me from doing something incredibly stupid. I love you. First thing this morning. Good morning, Bryce. I hope you slept better than I did. I wrote you a letter. It says everything. I've signed the separation agreement and the retroactive postnuptial agreement. I don't want a divorce, Bryce. I love you. About an hour later, did you really have to involve the kids? We could have handled this quietly. An hour after that, I'm sorry, Bryce. Mickey told me that she's the one who told you what I've been doing. And that she also told Daniel and Denise. We can work this out, Bryce. I love you. Then came the shock at noon. Bryce, I've resigned. I filed a complaint against Jim Stevens, but I doubt it will do much. See you soon. I love you. When I pulled into the driveway after work, Naomi's car was the only one there. I could smell lasagna, my favorite, and the dining table had been cleared. Now it held 2 plates and a lit candle. I dropped my things off in the home office and headed to the kitchen to get something to drink. The only other time I had seen Naomi in full makeup was on our wedding day. I had some free time. So I went to the salon and asked them to fix me up. Do you like it? They did a good job. Yes, you look beautiful and I do like it. What can I get you to drink? The signed papers are on the table. Would you mind waiting to read the letter until after dinner? Of course, all of this can wait. Dinner was peaceful, delicious, but quiet. Afterwards, I helped clean up. I've moved my things into Denise's old room. You can have our bedroom. I won't deny you sex anytime you want it. Just let me know when you're ready to talk. Naomi disappeared into Denise's room. I went to my office. The documents were signed and dated. We were legally separated. I can't honestly say it was what I wanted. My emotions were stretched thin. Can you really move on happily ever after when a tire or two has blown out? Is it even possible? After pouring 3 fingers of whiskey, I unfolded Naomi's letter. Bryce, I'm not going to take the worn-out, cliché path. I was selfish. And I was preparing to do something I would have always regretted. It all started when Jim Stevens was hired to fill the vacant office manager position. He's a very persuasive man. And I got caught in the web of his constant flirting. As you know, very few people flirt with me. I soaked up the attention. He suggested I try using lip gloss. I'm ashamed to admit that he picked out the colors. Soon after, he suggested I wear perfume. He bought me my first bottle. We started going out to lunch alone. And I began playing footsie with him. I was intoxicated by the attention he was giving me. He suggested I wear more revealing outfits, and I bought a few to please him. Now comes the hardest part. 2 weeks ago, when we were driving back from lunch, he took my hand and placed it on his lap. He was hard. I rubbed him a little, but pulled away when he suggested going further. When we parked, he pulled my head toward him, and I kissed him. He reached for my breast, but I pulled away before it went any further. That week, I refused to go out to lunch with him again. The following week, I went to lunch with him twice, and again this past Monday, we kissed again. And this time I let him slip his hand under my clothes, but it didn't go any further. He kept pushing for more, but I didn't give in. As you probably already know, it was his idea for me to get liposuction. I hope you'll believe me when I say that this is all that happened. I truly love you. But my actions certainly don't reflect that. I'm as sorry as a person can possibly be. When you confronted me, I panicked. I thought I had never messed up badly enough to have to lie to you. I thought I had hidden everything from you. My lie to you may have sealed my fate. I have no one to blame but myself. My actions violate the prenuptial agreement, so you have the right to all the property as outlined in the document. I'll gladly give up everything if it means I can still keep you if you decide to divorce me. I won't fight it. I was foolish, and sometimes foolishness has serious consequences. I understand that now, though far too late. You are all my love, Naomi. I sat in the chair for another hour. The only way I could fall asleep was with a drink. In the morning, the sunlight felt too bright. I picked up my phone and saw messages from all 3 of the kids. I sent a group reply. Your mother cheated. I don't yet know if what she wrote in the letter is true. We are officially separated, but still living under the same roof. I need some time to figure out where I go from here. Thank you for your support. Without it, this would be a lot harder. Love. You, Dad. By the time I finished getting dressed, Naomi was already waiting for me in the kitchen. What's your schedule like today? Avoiding you. I believe I mentioned that Naomi is smart, right? She knew it was best to say nothing. I ate in silence, grabbed my briefcase, and headed for the door. Let me know if you need anything, Bryce. Yeah, one thing comes to mind. Get tested for STDs. Turns out, she's not that smart after all. Bryce, I didn't sleep with him. You lied at every step. What makes you think I should believe you now? I'm not even thinking about touching you without a test. Her defeated look and quiet tears were replaced with just 2 words. Goodbye. I got tested today. It was a waste of money, but if that's what you need, the results will be in a few days. I'm sorry for lashing out at you. If you say so, I'm going to get dinner. Is Mickey here? No. She's avoiding me too. A few days later, Naomi silently handed me a clean STD report. I had a really good interview today. It won't be exactly the same, but I'll be working again. Do you have a plan for handling expenses? Like, I give you the money and you take care of everything. I haven't figured that out yet. I'll go through the checkbook and put together a budget. Am I still on your health insurance, or do I need to get my own? I haven't changed anything. Well, not exactly. I changed the life insurance beneficiaries to the kids. It brought a haze to my eyes and a couple of tears. Life moved slowly. I still didn't know what I wanted. Naomi was satisfied with her new job. The kids were too busy with their own lives to worry about our problems. Days turned into weeks. Whenever I had the chance, I threw in more than a few sarcastic remarks. I had never used Naomi as an outlet for stress before, but I was desperate for release, so one night, I left my bedroom door open. sat at the edge of the bed, and did it loudly. Naomi stood watching from the hallway. Bryce, you don't have to do that. I'm more than willing to meet your needs. You're not ready, Naomi. I know where his hand has been, Bryce. What else am I supposed to do? If you want a divorce, then stop dragging it out. Point taken. Less than 3 months into our separation, I started turning up the heat. My office holiday party was approaching. I always attend, but mostly because I'm part of upper management. This time, I decided to get a little revenge on Naomi. I came home at the usual time, and the smell of cookies filled the house. I needed to change and head to the downtown hotel where the holiday event was being held. Hi, honey, how was work? Today, same as always. I won't be staying for dinner. We have a company party tonight. Oh wow. What's the dress code? Give me a few minutes and I'll be ready. I'm sorry, Naomi. I'm not taking you. I have a date. I need to change. I didn't have a date. I was picking up Mickey so she could dance. I rarely wear cologne, but tonight I put some on. It's at a hotel downtown. If I drink too much or whatever, I'll just get a room. Good night, Naomi. The look on Naomi's face told me how much it hurt. So be it. Misery loves company. Now it was her turn to deal with emotions she thought she'd never have to face. Very few people asked about Naomi. Word had spread, and everyone knew something was wrong. I enjoyed the open sexual flirting offered by a few single women. It would have been very easy to spend the night with a willing partner. I debated whether to go home tonight. Had enough pain been delivered already? Around 1 a.m., Mickey was getting ready to leave. Robin Lowry, a divorced 30-something cutie, was drunk. She's in my division but doesn't report directly to me. Bryce, I got a room. I could really use some help finding it. I caught Robin before she could fall. Mark Franklin, who works under me, grabbed her from the other side. Robin handed Mickey her room key. Mark and I helped Robin over to the elevators. We were both a little hesitant to actually enter the room when she suddenly announced, "Oh God, I feel awful." We rushed her to the bathroom. Mickey stayed with her. When the vomiting finally died down, Mickey reappeared. "I think she's going to live." A naked Robin emerged from the bathroom. "Where's my bed? I won't pretend otherwise." I was hypnotized. What a beautiful chest. What a body. Mickey guided Robin to the bedroom and tucked her in for the night. "You guys are terrible." Just standing there staring at her. "I have no idea what you're talking about, Mickey." "What about you, Mark?" "Didn't see a thing." Men, we returned to the party and I made the round saying my goodbyes. Mickey grabbed her purse and sweater. I asked her to spray a little of her perfume on my shirt. She danced with every man who asked. She's 18 now and already a woman. I was proud of how skillfully she played the part. More than once, she brushed off inappropriate advances. She saved the slow dances for the oldest man she could find. I kissed her on the forehead and sent her home. When I pulled into the driveway, the lights were already off. I noticed movement behind the curtains. Naomi didn't greet me. I left my clothes in the bathroom and slept like a rock. By the time I stumbled into the bathroom in the morning, my clothes were gone. After brushing my teeth, I headed to the kitchen. "You came home. How was the party?" "Pretty typical." "Did your date have a good time?" "Definitely. I don't think she missed a single slow dance." "Did you kiss her?" "Yes, but nothing more happened." "You're okay with that, right?" "Damn it, Bryce, it's killing me." "I'm sorry, last night was the longest night of my life. If you're going to divorce me, then do it now. Don't string me along." I wish the choice were that simple, Naomi. I can't forget the years we've spent together. You cheated. Maybe you had sex. Maybe you didn't. But that doesn't change the fact that you unilaterally walked away from our marriage vows. But so did you last night. So you can, and I can't. Nice double standard. Convenient for you, isn't it? Bryce, I want us to move past this. I'm afraid you'll find someone you like more than me. It terrifies me. Welcome to my world. Now you have some idea of what's been going through my head. I'm going for a walk. I'm coming with you. That was a first. I take a 2-mile loop that usually takes me about 45 minutes, depending on the pace. It was Naomi's first time joining me. We walked in silence. That was nice, Naomi. I'm going to take a shower. Mind if I join you? Honestly, I think Naomi was checking for hickeys. I can't remember the last time she kissed every inch of my body. I gave her a heads up when I was getting close. But she didn't seem to care as I finished. Maybe I had to more left in me. It felt like part of her penance. Naomi gathered up her clothes. Anytime you want, said. I have no idea how she found out, but I should have suspected she would. It only took a few days. You're pretty proud of yourself, aren't you? You took Mickey to your party. Did you say you danced all the slow dances with her? No, I said she danced all the slow dances. You heard what you wanted to hear. Whose perfume was on your shirt? I asked Mickey. So you didn't sleep with any other women that night? A couple of intimate reconciliations. And my instincts are telling me we made the right choice in forgiving Naomi. When your instincts are satisfied, life feels a whole lot simpler. Thank you for being with us. And if you're one of those who watches silently, just leave a like, it helps new stories come to light.